You just clicked on the only video that you are ever going to need to set up OBS Studio for live streaming and recording content. Because in this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire process from start all the way up to the finish line. And if you are someone that is brand new to utilizing OBS Studio, I'm here to tell you that's going to be okay, because I'm going to make this video as stress-free as possible. And so by the end of today's tutorial, your OBS Studio will be ready to stream, record, and clip content both in horizontal and vertical. You will be able to stream and multi-stream to all of your favorite platforms such as Kick, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and yes, even including TikTok. I am also going to provide you with a multi-chat widget for you to read all of your chats all in one place. I'm also going to show you how you're able to split all of your audio sources so that way you have complete control over your audio. And I'm also going to provide you with the best recording and streaming settings while also helping you set up your scenes, your sources, as well as your overlays. And so if that sounds good to you, let's go ahead and let's get started. And so going straight into the video, the very first thing you want to do is download OBS Studio. So we need to head on over to obsproject.com, and all of the links I'm going to be utilizing in today's video is going to be in the description down below, so that way you guys can go ahead and follow along. Now, as you can see, it is available for both Windows, Mac, and you also do have the option for Linux, but today we're just going to be focusing on both Windows and Mac. So go ahead and select the operating system that you are currently utilizing to download the installation. And then once you download OBS Studio, you'll be met with this particular screen right here, which is going to be your auto configuration wizard. Now, what I recommend you do is to select the very first option, which is optimized for streaming, recording, and secondary. You are then going to select next, and you're going to make sure that your base canvas resolution is set to 1920 by 1080. And then you want to make sure your FPS is set to either 60 or 30, but prefer 60 when possible. This means it's always going to prioritize 60 frames per second unless your stream cannot handle it. Then you'll have the option to drop it down to 30 FPS. So we're going to go ahead and select next. And then for your service, you want to make sure that you have Twitch selected, because inside of your settings, there's going to be an option for Twitch Backtrack that we're going to select. And that only is available if Twitch is your main built-in service. So we're going to make sure Twitch is selected, and then we want to go ahead and connect our account instead of utilizing the stream key. The reason why we want to do the account is because it's going to provide us with a chat that we're going to be able to put on the side of our OBS screen, as well as the ability to change our title for Twitch. So you want to make sure you utilize this option here, and then go ahead and just connect your account. And then once that's done, make sure both of these options are checked, and then go ahead and select next. It's going to then do a bandwidth test based on your internet, but we're also going to do that again a little bit later, because these settings, we're actually going to customize it to give you the best possible performance. But let this go ahead and just run its test really quickly. And then once that's done, it should provide you with your final results, and you can go ahead and select apply settings. And so now you should see that your chat for Twitch has populated right here. We can go ahead and just move this over to the side. So this is what I like to do. I like to have my chat right here on the right-hand side of my screen. And then for my stream title, I'm actually going to put that down here on this particular side. Let's see if we can get it to move. And so now you should have something that looks somewhat similar to this. And so what I highly recommend doing, if you want a little bit more customizability to your OBS Studio, I recommend coming over to docks. I recommend checking this option right here for full height docks. And this is going to give OBS the ability to take your dockable panels, such as your Twitch chat, your scenes, your sources, or custom browser docks, and it's going to have it expand to the entire vertical height of your OBS application. And so I'm going to go ahead and edit this a little bit to get it how I want it. And this is ultimately what it should look like. Now, if your OBS does not have the same kind of color pattern as mine has, and you want to be able to customize it to fit your own personal aesthetic, you can always come down here to settings. You can go over to appearance. And then this is where you can change the different color for your OBS. So mine is Acre, but if you click the drop down menu, it provides you with different options that you can choose from. So just select the one that you want, so that way it can look somewhat similar to mine. and then select apply and OK. And so once that's done, we now need to go ahead and we need to add in our vertical canvas as well as our MultiStream widget. And so in order for us to do that, we need to head on over to this website, Aitum.tv. Now the plugins that I'm going to have us download it are free. So you just got to scroll down a little bit. And then you'll see right here, vertical, free download, MultiStream, free download. So both of these are free. You're not paying a dime for any of these. I want you to go ahead and download both of these plugins. So you just got to click on it one time. It's automatically going to start the download for you, as you can see right here. And then we're going to go ahead and just click on the installation. And then we're going to go ahead and just fully install this onto our computer. And then we're going to go back and we're going to do the same thing for the MultiStream. So what you're going to want to do from here is you want to reset OBS. So we're going to go ahead and close it out. And we're going to go ahead and open it back up. And so now you should have your vertical and your MultiStream plugin listed. So basically it can be somewhere down here. It can be like anywhere on your screen. Just look for a little tab that potentially says vertical. And then you will also have something that says vertical scenes as well as vertical sources. So mine is right over here, but it can be anywhere on your screen. So just look for wherever it says vertical. And so once you have it, you're going to come over here and we're just going to just put it right on the side right here. Now, if you don't see it at all, if you don't have it anywhere on your screen, what you can do is come over to your docs and then you'll have all of these down here. It says vertical scene, vertical sources. We don't need the vertical scene transitions, but if that's something that you want to have, then you can go ahead and do that. I'm personally not going to do that. And then we're also going to add in our Aitum MultiStream. So this is our MultiStream widget that's going to allow us to be able to stream to any platform of our choosing. So we're going to go ahead and just add this right over here. We're going to take our vertical scenes. We're going to put this on top of our regular scene. And then we're going to do the same thing for our sources. We're going to take our sources. We're going to put it over the regular source. So that way it's in this tab-like format. So the only thing we got to do is just click on it and we can just go through them. Now I am going to go ahead and just rearrange this. I'm going to take the controls. I'm going to put this up under our chat and just bring this over a little bit. And then we're going to take our scene transitions and we're just going to put this inside of our audio mixer just so that way we still have it. It's just down here. And so now what we want to do is set up our scenes and our sources. Now there are 5 mandatory scenes that everybody should have. A starting soon scene, a just chatting scene, a gameplay scene, a be right back scene, as well as a ending soon scene. So we're going to go ahead and go over to our scenes. We want to go ahead and click on the plus icon. We're going to go ahead and name this starting soon. We're going to go ahead and remove the first one. And then we're going to go ahead and just make the rest of them right here. And so once all of our scenes have been created, we're going to come back to the starting soon screen at the top. And then we're going to go ahead and add in our overlays for our sources. So the type of overlays that goes here is going to be like a chatting overlay in case you want your chat to appear on your screen inside of OBS for your viewers to see. And then you can have your starting soon animation or static image. Now there's a bunch of websites that you can go to get overlays. But if you're someone that does not have the money to buy an overlay, if you don't have one, then what we're going to do for the sake of this tutorial is go over to this website, hexium.net. And this website provides you with a couple of free overlays that you are able to download. If you just come over to the search bar, you type in the word free, you scroll down and you select the option that says free designs. You will then be brought to a page where it has all of their free overlays that you are able to download. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to go ahead and click on this one right here, which looks like it's Incision. And we're going to go ahead and we're just going to proceed to checkout. You are going to have to put in your information here. But honestly, if you're not comfortable putting your information, you can always just put in like a fake name and a fake email address. And once that's done, you're now able to go ahead and select this download button. We are then going to go ahead and unzip the file. And so we can now go back into OBS Studio here. We're going to go over to our sources. we're going to click the plus icon. And if you're someone that downloaded an animated overlay, you're going to select media. However, if your overlay is a static image, which means that it does not move, then you're going to select image. But since mine is animated, I'm going to go ahead and do media. I'm going to name this starting soon overlay. I'm going to select OK. We're then going to select browse for local file. We're going to look for the overlay pack that we've downloaded. I'm going to select animated. And then it should have everything right here for you. So mine is starting soon. I'm going to select open. I'm then going to make sure I select loop and then click OK. And it's now officially right here on my screen. And so we're going to do the same thing for the Be Right Back scene as well as our ending soon scene. Okay, perfect. So we now have our starting soon, our Be Right Back, and then our ending soon. Now, for this, if you are somebody that wants to have a chat appear on your screen, then what you're going to want to do is head on over to this website, LumiaStream.com. Now, normally I would have recommended Stream Elements. However, we got some unfortunate news that Stream Elements just might be shutting down due to financial reasons. And so because of this, LumiaStream is going to be the best alternative when it comes to setting up your widgets as well as your overlays. The only thing about LumiaStream is that you are going to have to download this onto your computer. But I promise you, this is safe. I would not recommend anything that I would not put on my own computer. And so once you're on this website, go ahead and download the application, which is available for both Windows and Mac. Now, once you download the application, you'll be met with this particular screen right here. You want to then go ahead and log in with your Twitch account. Once you go ahead and authorize it, you will then be met with some screens. You can go ahead and close these out. And then it's going to provide you with a couple options for you to sign in to all of your streaming platforms. So that's going to be YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Facebook, TikTok. You can log into all of those platforms. Once you do that, you'll be met with your dashboard right here. And if you did not get the option to log into your streaming platforms, then what you can do, if you're on this dashboard, you can scroll down to the very bottom. You will see an option that says connections. You'll click on it, and then it'll provide you with the options to log into all of your accounts by selecting the option that says add new connection. And you will see it provides you with a list of platforms that you can go ahead and log into right here. So we're just going to focus on TikTok, Kick, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Now, once that's done, we're going to go ahead and add in our chat overlay. So I'm going to make this real simple for you. What you're going to do is you're going to come on the left-hand side. You're going to scroll down until you see the option that says core. You're going to select the option that says overlays. You are then going to select the option that says add new overlay. You are going to name this chat overlay. Add new overlay. And then you're going to get this screen pop up right here. We're going to select the option that says add layer. We're going to come down here to where it says streaming tools. And we're going to select the option that says chat box. This is literally all you have to do. All of your streaming platforms have already been added and integrated. So for example, if I were to go over to my Kick account and I start typing in my chat, you're going to see it pop up green right here. And then if I were to go over to my Twitch and I were to start typing in my Twitch chat, you will see that it shows up as my Twitch color. Now, what you can do to make it a little bit easier for you is you can come over here to chat box settings, select the option that says manage chat box, and then you will see here that it provides you with all the platforms that will be listed inside of your chat here. So Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Kick. We're going to select the option that says change theme. It provides you with 5 themes that you're able to use for your overlay. The ones that I personally like is going to be the Lumia Glass theme and the Lumia Bubble theme. I'm going to go ahead and choose the Glass theme. I'm going to go ahead and click Save. And then we're just going to adjust this a little bit. Then we can scroll down on the right hand side. We can go over to styling, and then we can just make this a little bit bigger. So we can go to like 20. Now, if we scroll back up, the one thing that I like about Lumia is the fact that we have an option for a horizontal layout. So if you don't want your chat going up and down like this, you can go horizontal from side to side. And then if you want it, you can also be in reverse. You can also hide the icons for the website. So for example, like how right now it shows the Twitch badge to let you know that this message is coming from Twitch. You can hide these badges. So that way you can put this on your screen and Twitch will have a harder time trying to figure out exactly where the chats are coming from in case if you run into any issues about multi-chat on your screen. Now, once you have your overlay here, you can go ahead and select save. You can copy the URL and then you can head back into OBS Studio. You are then going to go over to your sources. You're going to click on the plus icon. You're going to go up to browser. You're going to name this chat overlay. Select OK. And you are then going to paste the URL in the URL section here and then press OK. You can then put this wherever you want. And then if you start typing, you will see that your chat now appears right here on your screen. And so you can make this a little bit bigger if you choose to. And that's it. Now we're going to head on over to our just chatting scene. And this is where we want to add in our webcam. So we're going to come over to our sources. We're going to click on the plus icon. And we're going to select the option that says video capture device. We are then going to name this webcam. We're going to select OK. You then want to go ahead and scroll down here. You want to change your resolution type to custom. You want to set your resolution to the highest resolution possible. And you then want to scroll down, make sure your FPS is at highest FPS, and then select OK. Now go ahead and make sure that your camera is at the full size of your screen. You can do that once again by right-clicking, go over to transform, and just fit to screen. And so now if I plug in my webcam, we should now be able to see it officially show on my screen. All right, so I am now officially on my screen here. And so since this is a just chatting scene, we're going to keep this minimalistic. The only thing we really need is just our webcam on here. But if you do have some overlays, then you're more than welcome to go ahead and put that here. Just follow the same process as before. Once again, if it's a static image, you'll just come over to your sources and you'll just put in an image. But if it's an animated overlay, then of course you can do media and then just make sure that you loop it and you're good to go. Now, what you can also do here, if you want to add in your chat, since that's what most people put on their just chatting scene, then you'll come over to your sources. You're going to go to browser. And then since we've already added our chat overlay on our starting soon screen, we can go ahead and click add existing, click chat overlay, and then press OK. And look at that. It's already right here on screen. You can put this wherever you like. Personally, I put mine right here on the right hand corner since it's kind of like a blank area. And then that's it. You're pretty much good to go at this point. So if we start typing, the chat continues flowing. And we can now go ahead and work on our gameplay scene. So let's go ahead and let's click gameplay here. And so there's a few ways on how you're able to add your gameplay onto your screen. So if you are on Windows, what you're going to want to do is click on the plus icon under your sources. You're going to see options known as display capture, game capture, and window capture. If you decide to do display capture, you are going to then select a specific display such as your monitor screen. So for this, I would just go ahead and select my primary monitor. You will see that it appears directly on my screen, and then you can resize this to fit your particular screen if it's not fit correctly. Now I have an ultra wide monitor, so that's the reason why you guys are going to see black bars down here. However, just know that if you decide to use this option, it's going to show everything that appears onto your screen. And so if you don't want that, then you have a second option, which is going to be the game capture. And then you'll be able to capture any full screen application. So as long as your game is in full screen mode, it's automatically going to show up right here inside of OBS Studio. So you can go ahead and select OK. And you now have game capture. And this is not going to show anything else that comes up on your screen. And the third way is going to be your window capture. And so we can go over to the sources, click on the plus icon once more, window capture. And then if we were to go ahead and select this here, this is basically going to ask us to select a specific window. And you will now officially be able to see that Marvel Rivals is appearing on my screen. Now, really quickly, if you're going to be utilizing the window capture, I highly recommend changing your capture method from automatic because, at least for me, it automatically freezes up on my screen. So click on the drop down menu and then select Windows 10 and it should automatically fix itself. And so go ahead and select OK. And you now officially have 3 ways on how you're able to add your gameplay on your screen. So choose whichever one works best for you. And then we'll go ahead and move on to the next step. Now, if you're somebody that is on Mac, the process for you is just a little bit different, but everything else is still the same. So for you, what you're going to do is head on over to your sources. You're going to click on the plus icon. And then you're going to see an option that says Mac OS Screen Capture. You're going to select that. You can title this whatever you like. And then for the method, you'll have a drop-down menu with the 3 options, just like Windows. So it's going to be display capture, window capture, and application capture. The application capture is the same as the game capture on Windows, as well as the display and window capture. So for example, if you were to select the application capture, you're going to then select your display, and you are then going to select the application that you want to stream. So if you have your game up, you go ahead and select it, and you will see it now show up inside of your preview. Once that's done, go ahead and select OK. Now go ahead and resize it to fit the screen, and you're good to go. Now, if you want to go ahead and add in your webcam for this scene, just like how we did for just chatting, so that way your viewers can see you, then we're going to go through our sources. We're going to click the plus icon, video capture device, and then you will see that our webcam is still listed. So we're going to select the option that says add existing, select the webcam, and then press OK. You can then go ahead and just resize this. And then you can just put yourself on your screen right here. And so that's it. So if you want to also add in your chat overlay, so that way it appears on your OBS screen, so that way your viewers can also see the chat, then what you can do is click on the plus icon, go back over to browser. You'll see that we still have our chat overlay sitting right here. So we'll click add existing once more, click on it, press OK. The chat shows right here. And then we can just put this anywhere that we choose. I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it right here, and you're now good to go. And so now what we're going to do is add in the rest of the platforms that we're going to be streaming to. So if you are someone that's going to be streaming to Kick, YouTube, Facebook, or even TikTok, this is going to be for you. So to add the rest of your platforms, we need to go over to the Aitum MultiStream dock. We need to click on the gears icon. It's going to bring up our main canvas, which is our horizontal canvas. And it's also going to bring in a tab for your vertical canvas, which is the vertical canvas right here. We are going to select the main canvas. We're going to select add output. And then you will see that it provides you with all the services that we are able to utilize. So we got YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Kick. And if there's anywhere else you want to stream to, you can also do a custom destination, which is right here. But let's go ahead and let's do YouTube for now. So we're going to click on it. It's automatically going to provide us with our YouTube server. So the only thing we got to do is come down here to YouTube Stream Key. We're going to click on this link right here. It's going to take us directly to our YouTube dashboard if you are already signed into your YouTube account. Once you are on this page, the only thing you need to do is just press on the copy button to get your stream key. You're going to go back into OBS Studio and you're just going to paste it right here. You're then going to select create output. And you have now successfully added YouTube. So we're going to do the same thing for Kick and Facebook. Now for Facebook, it is a little different. On here, what you're going to do is click right here inside this box to set up your live video. Once the page load, you're going to select the option that says streaming software, and then you will have your stream key listed right here. Just go ahead and click copy, and then you can paste it inside of OBS Studio. Now, as a reminder, you do not have to do Twitch because Twitch is automatically built inside of Aitum MultiStream already, because we have already added our Twitch account inside of OBS Studio. So there's no need to add it because it's already there. So once that's done, we can select OK. You will see now that we have the platforms that we can stream to. And so to now set up our vertical canvas so that way we can stream to YouTube Shorts, what we're going to do is click on the gear icon once more. We're now going to go over to vertical canvas, and we're just going to add YouTube once again. So click on this link again to go ahead and bring up your YouTube dashboard. And then what we're going to do here this time is we're going to add in a different stream key. So you're going to come up to the top. You're going to click on this drop down menu right here that says default stream. And then what we're going to do is create a new stream key. We're going to name this vertical. And then we're going to click on OK. So now we have a vertical stream key, and then we have our default stream key. So we're going to go ahead and copy our vertical. We're going to go back into OBS Studio, and we're going to paste that stream key right here. We're going to now create the output, and you're now good to go. So we're going to go ahead and select OK. And so now we have a vertical canvas as well as our horizontal canvas. So we can now stream to Twitch, Kick, YouTube, Facebook, and horizontal. And then we got the vertical canvas for YouTube Shorts. Now, in order for us to live stream to TikTok from OBS Studio utilizing Aitum MultiStream, there is a few things that we're going to have to do, because Aitum at the moment does not have the rights to get stream keys from TikTok. They have not released that yet. And so I do want to go ahead and inform you that this is going to be a workaround method. And in order for us to do this, we are going to have to go to this website, streamlabs.com, and you're going to have to download Streamlabs OBS. And once you've downloaded Streamlabs OBS, you are also going to have to come over to this GitHub page, which once again is going to be linked in the description of today's video. And you're going to have to download the Streamlabs TikTok Stream Key Generator. Now, if you're on Windows, you want to download this. And if you're on Mac with a M series silicon chip, you want to download this. And if you are utilizing a Mac with an Intel processor, then you want to download this. Once you have Streamlabs OBS fully downloaded and open, you now need to go ahead and log in to your TikTok account. And there's two ways on how you're able to do that. The first way is by logging in by clicking on the login button on the lower left-hand corner, and you're going to see this page. You are then going to select the option that says login to TikTok. And once you're officially logged in, you will see your TikTok username on the lower left-hand corner. Now, another thing that you can do if you're already logged into a different account, you can come over to where it says settings. You can go over to where it says stream, and it will provide you with all of the accounts that you're able to log into. Go ahead and select TikTok. And once you signed into your account, you might run into a situation to where Streamlabs is asking for you to apply to go live on TikTok. And if that's the case, go ahead and click on the link to apply, and you will be met with this particular screen right here. And so what you're going to do is once again, click on this button to apply, and you're then going to go ahead and go through this application. Now, some of you might not have to go through the application process. The moment that you logged into your TikTok account, if it automatically connected and linked inside of Streamlabs OBS, then you're good to go. There's nothing else you need to do. You can go on to the next step. However, if you do have to apply, then go ahead and go through that process. You can get approved instantly, or it can take up to roughly around 72 hours. And then we'll let you know if you got approved to go live or not. Now, in the off chance that you don't get approved, just go ahead and apply again until you get approved, so that way you can go ahead and move on to the next step. So once you receive the approval from Streamlabs OBS, you now need to go ahead and open up the Streamlabs TikTok Stream Key Generator that you have downloaded. Once you open up that application, you'll be met with this particular screen right here. And what you're going to want to do is select the option that says load from PC. You will then have your username pop up in this box, along with the status that says approved. And then it also will say that you can go live true. If this says false, then the only thing you're going to do is click on this refresh account information button. It's going to refresh this, and then you should then see where it says true. This will not work if you did not first get approved going through Streamlabs OBS. And so once that's done, you're now going to go over to where it says stream control. You're going to select the option that says go live. It's going to say your stream has started successfully, and you're going to select OK. Now, really quickly, the stream key that you're getting from this generated tool is designed to work only one time. So each and every single time that you want to go live on TikTok, you are going to have to open up the generated tool. So not Streamlabs, but just the generated tool itself. And you're going to have to generate a brand new stream key each and every single time that you want to go live on TikTok. Now, you also have the option to, of course, put your stream title and then your game category right here. And of course, if you have any mature content, you can also check that option right here. And so what you're going to do now is you're going to copy the URL for the stream key, and you are then going to go back into OBS Studio. You are going to click on the gear icon for the Aitum MultiStream. You are going to go to the vertical canvas. You're going to select the option that says add output. You're going to select TikTok, and you're going to paste the stream key that you received for the generated tool right here. And you are now going to go back to the generated tool, and you're going to copy the stream URL, and you're going to paste that in the TikTok server box right here. You are then going to create the output, and you now have TikTok added into Aitum MultiStream for you to go live through OBS. So you can now go ahead and select OK, and that's it. So now we need to go ahead and set up our vertical canvas. So what we're going to do is go over to our scenes and our sources. We're going to switch them to vertical scene and vertical sources. And you're then going to go over to your vertical sources. You're going to click on the plus icon. If you want to add your webcam, once again, you're going to do video capture, and you will see that your webcam is listed right here. We're just going to go ahead and scale this down to size. So I'm just going to bring this over a bit. See if we can locate that middle part. And then what I like to do is just have it fit just like that. And then we're going to do the same thing with our gameplay. You're going to choose whichever one you chose. So if you chose game capture, if you chose display capture or window capture, select that one that you chose. I do display capture, so I'm going to leave mine at display. I'm going to go ahead and drag this right up under the webcam. And so there we go. So now you have your vertical canvas set up. You now can stream in vertical. You have everything that you need right now. So what we're going to do is set up our audio. And so what I'm going to have you do is go back to your regular scenes as well as your regular sources. And if you're on Windows PC, I need you to go down to the description of this video. I need you to click on the link for the Win Capture Audio Beta application. I need you to download that. It should bring you directly to this screen right here. You want to make sure that you select the latest version. It's going to bring you to this page, and then you can download the very first one, which is the executable. Once you download this and you install it, you are going to have to reset your OBS. Once you reset your OBS, I need both Windows and macOS users to now come over to your scenes. I need you to click on the plus icon, and I need you to create a brand new scene named audio. I want you to select OK. I want you to go ahead and select this down arrow to bring the audio all the way down to the bottom. And what I would like for you to do is open up your music player. So that can be either Spotify or Apple Music. And I would also like for you to join a VC on Discord if you're someone that's going to be utilizing Discord. And once that's done, I would like for you to come to your sources, click on the plus icon. I would like for you to then select the application audio capture beta. You are then going to name this music, select OK. And then for your window, click on the drop down menu, and you want to look for Spotify Premium. Once you find it, go ahead and press it, and then press OK. Now go over to your music player, and then just press play. You should now see inside of OBS Studio that the music is moving on its own. That's how you know that it is working. And so from here, we're going to do the same thing for Discord. So we're going to click on the plus icon once more. Application audio capture beta. Name this Discord. Select OK. And then we're going to look for the Discord server that we are currently in right now. Mine is right here. Press OK. And now you have Discord. So anytime you join any VC, it's automatically going to update it, and you'll be able to hear your friends talking inside of your stream. Now to add in your gameplay, what you're going to do is click on the plus icon. This time we're going to go to application audio output capture. This is what we've downloaded from that application. And you are then going to name this gameplay audio and then press OK. Now for this, what I'm going to have you do is come right here to this blue button that says add executables. And I just want you to spam it. Like, just press all of it until you are no longer able to press it. Once it's grayed out, I need you to find the game that you currently have up. So for me, that's going to be Marvel Rivals. And then I'm going to take it out of here. And I'm going to have you check this box that says capture all audio except sessions from the selected executable. What this means is that everything within this box, so everything in here, will not be heard on your stream. The only thing that's going to be heard is this one particular window that you're going to have open. So for this right here, it's going to be Marvel Rivals. So you are then going to go ahead and select OK. If you look at your gameplay audio, you should see it moving. Now, of course, you also do want to add in your microphone. So for this, what I'm going to have you do is actually come over to your settings. I'm going to have you go over to audio. I want you to make sure that your desktop audio is turned off. You want to make sure you have this turned off because you will not have any control over your audio if you have this turned on. All of your audio will end up being in one particular place, and you do not want that. So disable that. And then for your mic, you want to then go ahead and select your microphone. So mine is going to be the beacon mic. I'm going to select apply and OK. And now you will see that my microphone is right here. Discord is right here. Gameplay audio is right here. Music is right here. And so now what I'm going to do is add in our browser audio in case we're going to be watching something like YouTube on stream. We want to be able to separate that audio from everything else. So I'm going to click on this plus icon, application audio capture beta. I'm going to rename this browser, select OK. And then I'm going to look for YouTube. So make sure you have it already open. I have it right here. I'm going to select OK. And now my browser should be right here. So that's good to go. Now for macOS users, this is what you're going to do. So you're going to go over to your sources. You are going to click on the plus icon. And then you're going to see an option that says macOS audio capture. You're going to select that. You want to make sure that you already have everything up that you're going to be using while you're streaming. So that's going to be Spotify, your game. That's going to be your browser if you want to potentially watch YouTube at some point while you're live streaming or anything like that. So here we're going to go ahead and name this music. Click OK. We're going to change the method from desktop audio to application audio capture. We're then going to select the drop-down menu under application. And right here, you will see it says Spotify. You will go ahead and click on it and select OK. Now, if you have music already playing, you're going to see it moving right here. And so now we need to go ahead and add in the rest of our audio. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the plus icon. Go back to macOS audio capture. We're going to name this one Discord. Select OK. Once again, application audio capture. And you will now see an option for Discord. So we're going to go ahead and select that and then press OK. And so now we have our music in Discord. And so now we need to do the same thing for our browser source as well as our alerts. Now the process for setting up our alert sounds is going to be a little different. So what you're going to want to do is you want to head back over into LumiaStream. You are then going to go back to the core category. You're going to select overlays. We are going to create a brand new overlay. We're going to name this alerts. Select add new overlay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a layer. Select the option that says alerts. Click alert. We are now going to go on the right hand side and select the option that says manage alert. And then on the left hand side, we have to select the option that says add alert. And so what we're going to do, I recommend typing the word follower. And then we're going to select the option for our kick follower. If you want to do TikTok, you can do that. But you also go to select Twitch follower. And then once you select those, search for subscriber. And then you can do gifted subscription, Twitch gifted subscription, as well as Twitch subscriber. If you want to do YouTube, you have that option. That's up to you. And then once that's done, we're going to look for bits, which is Twitch bits. And then once you have all the other alerts that you want to add, so you can sift through all of these and you can look for which ones you want to add in here. You're going to select the option that says add alerts. On the left hand side, you will see all of your alerts listed right here for you. And then what we're going to do is go through each one of these and we're going to add in our alert. And so in order to do that, we're going to go on the right hand side. We're going to select the option that says image/video. And of course, if you have a static image, you're going to choose image. If you have a video, you're going to choose the option that says change video. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and select change video. And this is going to be the screen that showcases the alerts that you've imported. As you can see, I already imported some. But what you're going to do is you're going to come on the lower right hand corner. You're going to select the option that says upload files. And your overlay packs should have alerts already built for those in a separate file. If you do not have them, or if they did not provide that to you, then I recommend going over to this website, Etsy.com, and you can actually buy some alerts. They have really good, decent animated alerts that's very clean and that can fit almost any aesthetic, and you can get them fairly cheap if you have the money to buy them. However, if you don't, then I will leave a link to a few websites in which you can get animated alerts 100% for free. And now once you selected your overlays, you're going to go ahead and select open, and you're going to import all of your files, and it's going to look just like this. And so now for the fact that I'm adding in a follower alert, I'm going to go ahead and select follower. And then I can come down here to layout, and then I'm going to come down here to where it says push text, and I'm able to now adjust my text to fit inside of my alert here. So now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do this for each and every single alert that's on the left hand side of my screen. And so now that I have these done, what I recommend doing now is color coding our alerts so that way we know exactly which platform that the alerts are coming from. So for example, the names as well as like the tiers, we can change these. For example, green for Kick, so that way we know that this is coming from Kick. I'm going to do that for each and every single one of them here. And then for Twitch, we're obviously going to go ahead and we're going to change this to purple. Perfect. And so now what we're going to do is add in our alert audio. And so what we're going to do is come on the right hand side. We're going to select this option right here that says audio. And then we're going to click change audio. Now, if you want to know where you can go to get sound alerts for your live stream, I highly recommend checking out myinstance.com. And this website has a boatload of effects that you can use for your alerts 100% for free. So let's say, for example, we're just going to go ahead and do the Minecraft explosions. We're going to go ahead and we're going to click on it. And then there's going to be an option that says download MP3. You can go ahead and download it. You're then going to go back into LumiaStream, and you're going to select the option that says upload files. You are then going to go and locate wherever you downloaded the MP3 file, press open, and now you have it sitting right here. So we're going to go ahead and select it. We can then go ahead and change the volume. So we'll put this down to like 20, maybe 30%. And you're then going to do this for each and every single alert that you have. Once that's done, you can go ahead and select save. And you're then going to go ahead and select the option that says copy URL. And we're now going to head back into OBS Studio. And so now we're going to go to our sources. We're going to click the plus icon. We're going to select browser. We're going to name this alert. Select OK. We're going to paste the URL. And then we want to make sure that we check the option that says control audio via OBS. Go ahead and select it. You want to also go ahead and change the width and height. I personally just recommend doing 1920 by 1080. You are then going to go ahead and select OK. And now if you were to go ahead and open up LumiaStream, and if you were to select the option that says emulate, alert, and let's say we do follow, Twitch follow, emulate, look at that. It's now right here on stream. Now, of course, we want to do the one that has the actual sound to it. And that's going to be our bits. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And you see it now inside of OBS that it is coming through on its own. So we're now done with this. So what we can do is click where it says alert, hold the shift key, and then select music at the bottom. We're going to right click, and then we're just going to go ahead and we're going to group the selected items. We're going to name this nested audio. Click inside the canvas, and this is now inside of a group. So we can come back into, let's say, our gameplay scene. We can then go to our sources. We can click on the plus icon, select group, and then you'll see where it says nested audio. So we can go ahead and click this and bring this in. And you now have all of your audio that you need inside of your gameplay scene. And then you can put your audio in any scene that you want to. Once that's done, we now need to go ahead and create our multi-chat widget so that way we can see all of our chats right here inside of OBS Studio. Now, luckily, you can also use LumiaStream to also get a multi-chat widget. So what we're going to do is go ahead and open it right back up. And now, in order for you to get the widget, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go over to Streaming Tools, and then you're going to select the option that says Lumia Link. On the right-hand side, it's going to provide you with the option for the dock chat. You're going to go ahead and copy the link, minimize LumiaStream. You are then going to go to your docs inside of OBS Studio. You're going to create a custom browser dock. And as you can see, I already have it right here, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to paste the link that I received. I'm going to click apply, and it should automatically pop up for you. So it should look like this. So you can go ahead and you can just dock it right here. And the cool thing about this is that you can change the background to have any theme that you want. So if there's like any kind of wallpaper that you want to have to put in the background, you are more than welcome to do that. So basically what you're going to do if you want to change that is by going to the gear icon, and then it's going to provide you with some options. If you scroll down a little bit, it's going to bring you to the background image URL. So let's say we go over to Google, and then let's say we type in 4K wallpapers, and then we look at an image, and let's say you want this wallpaper right here. If you right click on it and you copy the image address, and then if you paste it inside of LumiaStream right here, click on the gear icon, you will see the background had changed. And then if you want to, you can go back into the gear icon and you can change the blur intensity. So if we put this at 0, you will be able to see the full picture. And then if we were to bring it to 25, which I think that's a sweet spot, you now have a nice blurred image. So you can have this set to any type of theme that you want. And I think that's pretty cool. So now what we want to do is configure our quality settings so that way we can have a good looking stream and recording. So what you're going to want to do is go over to your settings inside of OBS. You want to go over to the output tab. And you want to make sure that your output mode is set to advanced. It's going to provide you with other options down here that we're going to change. You want to make sure that you're under the streamings tab. And then for your audio track, you want to make sure you have that set to 1. You want your audio encoder set to FFmpeg AAC. You want to check this box to enable the Twitch VOD track. This is going to allow you to put your audio into a separate track, so that way you can control exactly what goes into your VODs. And then for your video encoder, you want to make sure this is set to your graphics card. So you'll either have an NVIDIA graphics card or an AMD graphics card. Make sure you select it and make sure it is a H.264. And then if you're on Mac, well, it's going to say Apple VT H.264 hardware encoder. You want to make sure that you select that. Once that's done, go to rescale output, make sure that's disabled. And then for your encoder settings, your rate control, you want to make sure you have that at constant bitrate or CBR. They mean the same exact thing. For your bitrate, I'm just going to flat out tell you to put 8,000. If you notice in your stream that you are lagging, then you're going to take that bitrate and you're going to subtract 500 until you are no longer lagging, but do not go under 6,000, as 6,000 is what's needed for you to have a 1080p 60 FPS stream. Now for your keyframe intervals, you want to have this at 2 seconds. Your preset, you want it at P5 slow good quality. Your tuning, you want it at high quality. Your multipass mode, you want it at 2 passes, quarter resolution. Your profile, you want it set to high. Your look ahead and your adaptive quantization, have both of those checked. And then your B frames, have that set to 2. This should be a really good setup for any PC to allow you to stream in 1080p 60 FPS at a really good quality. Now, if you are still lagging after you bring your bitrate down to 6,000, then what I recommend doing is changing your tuning from high quality, and you can change that to ultra low latency. Now, once that's done, you can go over to your recording tab. And then what we're going to do is you're going to leave your type to standard. Your recording path, you're going to put this wherever you want your videos to go. For your recording format, I highly recommend choosing hybrid MP4. This is going to allow for your OBS to save your videos in case something were to go wrong. For example, if your power goes out, your PC stops, if you run out of storage space, it's automatically going to save it from where it stopped. So make sure you use hybrid MP4. Now for your video encoder, you want to make sure you're selecting your dedicated graphics card. So that's going to be the same thing as before. Either NVIDIA or AMD H.264 or Apple VT H.264 hardware encoder. Once again, you want your audio at FFmpeg AAC. And then for your audio track, you want to uncheck 1 or 2 because that's going to be your stream chat as well as your VOD track from Twitch. And then you want to select 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is going to allow for you to have separate audio tracks for when you are taking your recordings and putting that into your editing software such as DaVinci Resolve or Adobe Premiere Pro or even CapCut. Now for your rescale output, you also want to make sure that's disabled. You're going to scroll down once again to your encoder settings. Now for your rate control, I recommend you use constant QP if you're on Windows. And then for your constant QP settings, you want to set this anywhere between 15 to 22. Now just know that the lower that you set this number, the bigger your file size is going to be, but the better quality that you're going to achieve. 15 is going to be a really, really good sweet spot for you. So I use 15 and I highly recommend you do the same. But if you don't have enough space on your computer, then go ahead and increase the number. Just don't go any higher than 22. Otherwise, your quality is going to look really bad. Now for your keyframe intervals, once again, you want to do 2 seconds, preset P5, tuning, high quality, multipass mode, 2 passes, quarter resolution, profile, set that to high, look ahead, and your adaptive quantization, set that to 2. Now, if you're on Mac, what you're going to want to do is the CBR. since they don't have the option for constant QP, you're going to do CBR, and then you can also leave your bit rate to 8,000. Once that's done, you can now go ahead and select apply and OK. And then you're going to come over to your Aitum MultiStream dock. You're going to go into the gears icon. And then for your main canvas, you're going to go over to advanced settings. Now, there's two ways on how you're able to do this here. You can leave this as your main encoder. And what this means is that it's going to piggyback off the quality that you have from Twitch. So you go live on Twitch first. And then if you decide to go live on YouTube, Kick, or Facebook, you can do that. And then it's just going to piggyback off the same quality that you have for Twitch. However, if you want to, let's say one day, just stream to YouTube and YouTube only, or if you want to have a specific quality for YouTube and a different quality for Twitch, then what you can do is change your video encoder to your graphics card. So you're going to scroll down from here, and then you're going to change your rate control to constant bit rate. For YouTube, we're going to set it to 12,000. Your keyframe interval should be the same for Twitch, and everything else down below should be exactly as you see it on my screen. And then you're going to do the same thing for Kick and Facebook. So for Kick, if you want to do your graphics card, which you can do, and then you're going to scroll down and you're going to change this to 8,000. Keyframe interval is going to be 2 seconds. And then everything else should be as you see on my screen. And then you're going to do the same thing for Facebook. It's going to be the same exact settings as Kick. So scroll down, 8,000. Set this to 2. And then everything else should be exactly as you see it on my screen. Now, once that's done, you can head on over to the vertical canvas. And then you're going to go over to the advanced settings for TikTok. And then what you can do is you can set this to your graphics card. And then you're going to set this to 6,000. Everything else is going to be the same as our previous settings. And you'll be able to copy it from my screen here. And if you want to try to get better quality, which you don't really have to do, but if you want to, you can bring this bitrate up to 8,000, and then you should be just fine. So now make sure that the YouTube Shorts is the same as the horizontal, 12,000, 2 seconds. Make sure you copy exactly what you see on screen, and you can now go ahead and press OK. And so you now have successfully set up OBS Studio for live streaming and recording. Now there's 2 more things that you just need to do, and then you are 100% completely done. The first thing you need to do is come over to your vertical canvas. You're going to click on the gears icon, and we're going to set up our backtrack so that way you can set up a hotkey to clip your content, so that way you can just quickly edit and upload it to YouTube Shorts or to TikTok. You want to make sure your resolution is set to 1080 by 1920. You can leave everything else as is up here. Come down to your backtrack. Make sure that this is checked, so that way whenever you start streaming or whenever you start recording, you will automatically start your backtrack. And then for your recording length, you're going to set this to either 90 seconds or to 120 seconds. That's literally up to 2 minutes of footage that you have to work with. So the moment that something happens that you want to clip, you can go ahead and press the hotkey on your keyboard or on your Stream Deck, and it will automatically record those last 2 minutes or minute and 30 seconds of gameplay. So you can come right here where it says save backtrack hotkey, and you can set that hotkey. Once that's done, you can select OK, and you're good to go. Now, lastly, we're going to come to our audio mixer here. We're going to select this little gear icon, and then it's going to bring up your advanced audio properties. What you're going to want to do is you want to uncheck everything in 3, 4, 5, and 6. Inside of track 2, you want to uncheck the music, so that way your music is not being heard in your Twitch VOD track, so that way it can just automatically get uploaded to Twitch without having any issues. You are also going to uncheck the alerts, and this is personal preference. I just recommend doing that. Now for 3, 4, 5, and 6, what you're going to want to do is have your microphone on track 3. You are going to have your gameplay audio on track 4. You're going to have your Discord audio on track 5. And then you're going to have your music on track 6, your browser on track 6. And if you want to, you can have your alert as well on track 6. That's personal preference. You decide on what you want to do. Once that's done, you're going to go ahead and select close. And when you record your content and you upload it into your editing software, such as DaVinci Resolve or Adobe Premiere Pro, it should look exactly like this. Now, I know that was a lot, but you have finally made it to the very end of this video. And so I am proud of you for making it this far. You can now go ahead and enjoy the fruit of your hard work and dedication. And so with that being said, that's going to be all for today's video. And so if you made it to the end, or if you found this helpful, make sure you give this a big fat thumbs up. Make sure you guys go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And if you guys want to watch more tutorials similar to this, make sure you click on this video right here, as YouTube did pick this video specifically for you. And I'll catch you guys in the comments down below, as well as in the next video.